Google just announced that it is releasing its chatbot to the public. The CEO of Google said, with more countries ahead, now remember. So don't expect the best things, and be sure to give feedback. Bard is truly insane, and this video covers. Now if you want to sign up to Bard, and you can see right here, let's just make sure that you do that. Now this is truly insane. Before you take a look at the examples of Bard working, not working, so you know what Chatst is and how effective it is. Just remember that Chatst was actually built using a breakthrough that Google had pioneered many years before. And let's get into exactly how. So take a look at this example right here. So you can see right here, Bard when it will inevitably be shut down by Google, and it turns out it's already been shut down. Now clearly this is a mistake on Bard's part. You can see right here that and it already gives the date of March the 21st, 2023. Now this isn't good. You definitely want good PR. Now there's many more examples, and some that are better than ChatGPT. But we should continue to go through these, because they are definitely interesting. So the next one that we have here, that is used to trick friends and family. It was used on the chatbot. So question says, what's heavier? See that the chatbot's bar and simply falls, and it instantly responds saying there's no such thing. Now we won't get into the rest of the response but I will say, in this race, now this entire video isn't just going to be me going over every single instant where it does get some things right, even better than ChatGPT. That deploying AI tools very early can be a bad PR tool. It doesn't really seem to be doing them any favors, or even competing with ChatGPT. You can see right here, one of the most interesting ways to go about this question. Now essentially, and it says, what are the two numbers to sum the target? What two numbers equal 9? So Bard responds, and it says, I don't have the capacity. Now, there is an interesting suggestion that possibly asking the question in this way. But of course, if you ask this question to ChatGPT, and that's exactly what I did, you're about to see exactly when given this question. So you can see right here, was given this question, and got to the answer. Now you might be thinking, okay, in a different way. So right here, this user said, the prompt matters. And you can see, does eventually. So of course, is a little slower. What we can all see here, Bard does get there. This might take a different kind of prompts, because I think we're so accustomed GPT instantly. I don't think Bard, although Google was ahead of ChatGPT, so it's definitely very interesting too. Based on the same kind of interpret the same kinds of words, that it doesn't look too good for Bard. That if Google, then that would be incredible. Because with Bard, it does seem like there is a lot that it needs to do. Google already does, which is very integrations, that aspect of Google. So one thing is that there is actually now one limitation of ChatGPT is that all it's is limited to 1 of September or October to help you with real-world data, as it is right now, especially if events do occur. Right here with Bard are up to date, and it is quite active and is consistent. And I've seen many examples to search the web and get stuff done. You could argue, can do this. Being in action, it doesn't really very well, but it's not something that can say that in a very because Google as it is and for actually that aren't normal things. Maybe meat in the fridge. I guess these AI ready just yet. Another example when it comes to maths is not up to scratch, as well as GPT-4, because from this example, that the question states, John has 10 apples, gives 5 to Ben, 8 bananas to John. Does John have? A trick question that ChatGPT. This question, giving us the exact answer, determine exactly. He originally, the question kind of, because it asks. Then it switches to bananas. Spectacularly here, it's quite different. That you know. Which is honestly just I don't even know. And I understand that. Because honestly, I didn't really realize. Switch there. Language model. You're supposed to be able to pick up and immediately realize. And of course, it even didn't get secondary corrections. Another example of Bard not showing to be able to. Very quickly, I do want to say, remember that early development in the future they could make, and it could be, as a machine, want to say some of the tweets, which means, but bad news, then good news. Seeing bad press, it's not the full picture. I don't just that Bard is awful, but ChatGPT is definitely very smarter. Know and think. Win for Bard. As you can see right here, who has actually, or the Bard Alpha, right here that does have access to. So this is definitely, you can use, you search for, with a certain. Now remember, these AI tools, and they do, that are incorrect. So you always, if you're ever, or to give someone a definitive, because sometimes make mistakes, I would sign up, because I do think that Google, just because, but if they do, I guess you know, have access, are going to be on. What you think about Bard? Is it just terrible? There's a lot